Hola, bienvenidos a la práctica de interpretación consecutiva para la materia de traducción 2 para la carrera de idiomas modernos de la Universidad Arturo Michelena. Por favor, tomen en consideración que el siguiente guión no ha sido escrito por un equipo médico y es solo para referencias con propósitos de entrenamiento.
Hi, Mrs. Vera. Can you hear me and see me all right?
Hola, señora Vera, ¿me puede ver y escuchar bien?
Yes, doctor. I'm sorry my camera isn't very good. I am using my grandson's laptop we bought him for school. It's the only computer we have in the house.
Sí, doctor. Disculpe si la cámara no es muy buena, es la computadora que le compramos a mi nieto para la escuela.
I can see you just fine, Mrs. Vera. I see your nostrils are a little red and you look very tired. Is that the reason for this consult today?
Le veo bien, señora Vera. Veo que tiene la nariz roja y se ve cansada. ¿Es por eso que me ha llamado hoy?
I'm honestly terrified that I have the coronavirus. My nose has been running, I've been coughing, and my throat is sore and itchy. I've also been lightheaded and had a headache since yesterday.
Doctor, estoy aterrada de tener coronavirus. Tengo la nariz constipada, tengo un dolor de cabeza, he estado mareada y me duele la garganta.
I'm sorry to hear that, Mrs. Vera. We'll try to get to the bottom of this. Have you had any difficulty breathing?
Lamento escuchar eso. Vamos a resolver lo que tiene, señora Vera. ¿Le ha costado respirar?
I don't think so, but every once in a while it sounds like I'm wheezing, especially if I go outside. I've been trying to go for walks at least once a day, but there are so many people walking around in our neighborhood, it's hard to practice social distancing.
No me ha costado respirar, pero tengo un pitido algunas veces cuando respiro, especialmente cuando salgo a caminar.
Well, before we proceed any further, can we go over the medicines you're currently taking?
Antes de continuar, necesito revisar qué medicamentos está tomando en este momento, señora Vera.
Yes, doctor. I'm taking my blood pressure medication and my allergy medicine. I'm sorry, I don't remember what they're called.
Tomo una medicina para la tensión y una para la alergia, pero no recuerdo el nombre.
Lisinopril and cetirizine, also known as Zyrtec?
Licin Lisinopril y cetiricina, también conocida como
Yes,
Zyrtec.
lisinopril. I remember it sounds like Lysol, but Zyrtec doesn't sound familiar. The allergy medicine I take is the one that you can buy on the shelf at Walmart.
La Lisinopril sí, me suena, pero no me acuerdo de Zyrtec. Es la que compro en la farmacia.
What color is the bottle that your allergy medicine comes in?
¿De qué color es el envase?
It's green.
¿Es verde?
Yes, then it is Zyrtec. So you're taking your medication every day?
Sí, es Zyrtec. ¿La toma todos los días?
Yes, doctor. I take them every morning before I make breakfast.
Sí, doctor, todos los días antes de hacer el desayuno.
How often do you forget to take your medication?
¿Con qué frecuencia olvida tomarlas?
No, doctor. I never forget to take my medication. It's part of my morning routine, and I keep a little recipe box with my pill bottles in them next to my stove so I don't forget.
Nunca lo olvido, doctor. Es mi rutina de la mañana. Las tengo en una caja al lado de la cocina para no olvidar.
Excellent. Are you taking any vitamins or herbal supplements?
Excelente. ¿Y toma usted algunas vitaminas o suplementos herbales?
No, doctor. Well, I don't know if this counts, but I take carbon capsules. My cousin takes them to lower her cholesterol. Last time they did blood work on me, they found that my cholesterol was starting to get high, so I thought it would be a good idea.
No sé si importa, pero tomo carbón activado para bajar mi colesterol que está un poco alto en mis últimos exámenes. Mi prima me lo
Do you
recomendó.
mean charcoal capsules, Mrs. Vera?
¿Carbón activado, señora Vera?
Yes, doctor. They're little capsules with a black powder in them. I take 2 every morning with my medications.
Sí, doctor. Unas cápsulas con un polvo negro adentro. Las tomo en la mañana dos con la
I
medicina.
see. Mrs. Vera, I'm glad you've told me this. Activated charcoal tends to bind with toxins and chemicals in your gut, but the charcoal itself isn't absorbed by your body. If you ingest it, it comes out in your stool.
Ya veo, el carbón se combina con toxinas y químicos del cuerpo, pero no es absorbido y luego se expulsa.
Yes, doctor. As I understand it, it can absorb cholesterol too.
Sí, doctor, y también absorbe el colesterol. Eso es lo que tengo entendido.
Right, and that's why a lot of people say it lowers cholesterol. But the important thing, Mrs. Vera, is that it can also absorb other things.
Sí, y por eso muchas personas lo recomiendan para el colesterol, pero es que también se puede mezclar con otras cosas, señora Vera.
Like what?
¿Cómo qué, doctor?
Well, for starters, it can bind with some medications and prevent them from being fully absorbed into your system. It could be interfering with your blood pressure medication and possibly your allergy medication. How long have you been taking the charcoal for?
Puede mezclarse con sus medicamentos e impedir su efectividad, el de la tensión seguro y tal vez el de la alergia. ¿Por cuánto tiempo los ha
Oh
tomado?
my goodness, I had no idea. I've been taking them for about 3 weeks now. My cousin gave me a bottle right before the governor told us all to stay home, and right after they canceled school for my grandson.
Aproximadamente 3 semanas antes del confinamiento y antes de que cerraran las escuelas.
My advice would be to stop taking the charcoal for now, just to be safe. If you ever decided to take it again in the future, I'd take it at least an hour or two after taking your other medications to give them a chance to be absorbed by your body. How long have you had the lightheadedness and headaches?
Recomiendo que deje de tomar el carbón por ahora y si alguna vez lo quiere tomar en el futuro lo separe por lo menos 2 horas de sus otros medicamentos. ¿Por cuánto tiempo se ha sentido mareada y con dolor de cabeza?
Well, doctor, the headache started yesterday, but I've had a few ever since this whole coronavirus thing started. I've been lightheaded for about 2 weeks now.
Bueno, doctor, el dolor de cabeza comenzó ayer y he estado mareada por 2 semanas aproximadamente.
That could be due to the fact that you're not getting your full dose of your blood pressure medication because of the charcoal. I want to rule that out before we dig any deeper. Can I count on you to stop taking the charcoal for now?
La razón puede ser que no ha tenido su dosis completa de la medicina por el carbón. ¿Puedo contar que deje de tomarse el
Yes,
carbón?
doctor. This makes sense. I remember feeling like this before I started taking my blood pressure medication a few years ago. What about my runny nose, coughing, and sore throat? I'm really worried about the wheezing, too.
Sí, doctor, esto tiene sentido porque así me sentía cuando no tomaba el medicamento de la tensión. Pero ¿qué hay de la nariz, la tos y el pitido?
When did those symptoms start?
¿Cuándo comenzaron esos síntomas?
Well, doctor, my nose started running about a week ago. Even though the governor told us to stay home, I had to send my grandson out to CVS to buy us some tissues.
La nariz comenzó hace una semana. Aunque estábamos en confinamiento, tuve que mandar a mi nieto a comprar pañuelos.
And the coughing and sore throat? When did those symptoms start?
La tos y el dolor de garganta, ¿cuándo comenzaron?
I started coughing 3 days ago. My throat was so itchy and I couldn't sleep. Yesterday, my throat started feeling sore and it hurt to swallow. When I told my grandson this, he said he was worried about me and told me that it sounded like I was wheezing when we would go on our walks together. I don't want to die of the coronavirus, doctor.
Empecé a toser hace 3 días, me dolía mucho la garganta, tenía dolor al tragar. Cuando se lo comenté a mi nieto, me dijo que también escuchaba el pitido cuando salíamos a caminar. Me estoy muy asustada.
Mrs. Vera, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think you have COVID 19 or the coronavirus. I've had a lot of patients complaining about their allergies within the past week, and some of them have even been worried that they have the coronavirus. You're not alone.
Señora Vera, honestamente no creo que tenga COVID. Las alergias ahorita están en alza y muchos pacientes están asustados que pueda ser coronavirus.
Are you sure, doctor? Shouldn't I get tested to be sure?
Doctor, ¿está seguro? ¿No debería hacerme la prueba para asegurarlo?
Well, Mrs. Vera, it sounds to me like you started with a runny nose. That runny nose likely caused some postnasal drip, which caused your throat to be sore, which also caused your coughing.
Señora Vera, me parece que todo comenzó por la nariz, la garganta y la tos, todo por las alergias.
But what about the wheezing?
¿Y qué hay del pitido, doctor? ¿Qué siento?
You stated that you really only wheezed when you went outside for your walks with your grandson, correct?
Me dijo usted que solamente lo hace cuando sale a caminar con su nieto, ¿correcto?
Yes, that is true.
Sí, eso es cierto.
There's a lot of pollen in the air outside right now, so it makes sense that that would aggravate your allergy symptoms. You stated that you didn't have any difficulty breathing, and you don't have a fever, do you?
Hay mucho polen en el ambiente, así que tiene sentido que cuando sale lo sienta más. ¿Tiene dificultad para respirar
No,
o fiebre?
doctor. Just wheezing. I took my temperature 3 times yesterday, and I don't have a fever.
No, doctor, solo el pitido y me he tomado la temperatura 3 veces, no tuve fiebre.
Well, Mrs. Vera, I don't believe you have COVID-19. It sounds like allergies to me. There is also a shortage of test kits for the coronavirus in our area, so many physicians are recommending people only go to the hospital if their symptoms are severe. Furthermore, going to the hospital right now probably isn't a good idea unless it's absolutely necessary.
Señora Vera, no creo que tenga COVID, es la alergia. Hay una escasez de test en este momento. Solo se debe recurrir al hospital en emergencia porque además pondría peligro de
Okay,
contagiarse.
thank you, doctor. I feel much better.
Gracias, doctor, me siento mucho mejor.
So, Mrs. Vera, just stop taking that activated charcoal. We'll see if that helps with your symptoms. It may be as simple as that. If after a few days your allergy symptoms don't improve, try using an over-the-counter nasal steroid spray, but make sure to follow the directions on the package. I'll check back with you in 2 weeks.
Señora Vera, deje de tomar por favor el carbón activado. Si los síntomas continúan, use un spray nasal de venta libre, siga las instrucciones de la caja y en 2 semanas volvemos a vernos. Muchas gracias por acompañarnos para esta práctica de interpretación consecutiva. Espero que la hayan disfrutado.